Hello, how are you, everybody? This is Gatos FX, and this is Euro AUD, um, a pair which I took this entry on Tuesday. It's some kind of trading within the higher time frame consolidation. So, when trading within higher time frame consolidation, we normally regards with the confluence from the structure which happens in the middle of the time frames. So this pair has just moved with about 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. The price has just hit a fib level TP2 with the entry at the area of interest, a perfect break and retest, head and shoulder, and so forth. So let's look at the higher time frame in order to see how this trade was actually triggering. As I've said previously, that this market was triggered on Tuesday. So observe the market. I observed the market this I think on Tuesday. Yes, of course, it was on Tuesday. When I looked at this market, I spotted the opportunity, and he just placed the limit order. Now, when we look at Euro AUD, it is perfectly bullish, the major structure. Then you'll see later how I was able to take a sales trade, regardless the fact that this market is bullish, right? Now, the major structure is this one, creating higher highs and higher lows. So it's perfect bullish. But see what's happening now. For nearly 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th month, this price is having a consolidation around this area. Price has never been able to break above this resistance zone, and the price has not been able to close under this support zone. So price is moving in this range, right? So we are in the monthly time frame consolidation zone. Same thing is happening in the weekly time frame, because now we are going to focus on what's happening at the current time frame. So you see, despite the fact that we are bullish, but this makes sense because since June this year to date, we are consolidating here. So no matter what the trade, we get the opportunities. Either we are going to close it at the highs of consolidation or the lows of consolidation. And definitely, we don't have any definite structure from the weekly time frame, despite the fact that we have the previous week just left with a shadow hanging above at a monthly minor resistance zone or highs of consolidation. So it is just like that up to this stage that you have a weekly and the monthly time frame price being consolidating, right? Okay, so as we see here now, this price is ranging in this weekly time frame. Price is rejecting the upside of the highs of consolidation, failed to break this resistance zone, the same failed to break this price flow zone. Then when I came to the daily time frame, because it was on Monday, I had two confluences that are telling me this price is now selling. Number one, price have already reached this resistance zone for quite 3 times, different times, and failing to close above the highs of consolidation. And whenever price got into this zone, you see it just left the hanging shadows, weak rejections, indicating that the buyer's pressure is getting exhausted, and sellers are now taking over the market. That's one. But two, we have had this inverted hammer, which was formed here. And then if you look at the combination of the Thursday, Friday, and Monday's candle, it's nearly giving you something like a morning star, but it is not perfect morning star. Therefore, the other time frame will give us a good confluence to take out the market above or below. Then we have had another daily zone here within this consolidating zone of the weekly and monthly time frame. You see, we have a price ceiling here, price ceiling, price ceiling here. We have a price floor, price ceiling, and then Monday's candle closed under the price ceiling, indicating that now sellers are taking over the market. As we know, market will never ever have the moments of only taking one direction without giving us a correction phase. Like now, you have this pin bar, you have this Marubosa closing under daily time frame resistance zone, support zone, previous support zone. Now we anticipate to get a resistance, a retracement at that zone, and then continue to the downside. Something which in 4 hours it gave us a very good, perfect head and shoulder. So I took this entry based on the 4 hours, right? Now, after I've already discovered that 3 hours, daily time frame is reversing and we have broken under this support zone. It was a very strong support zone, right? We have had, we can see here it was a support. So if these buyers were still powerful, they would have taken the market above. But the moment they allowed it to close under, now this is coming to the act as a price ceiling zone. And then again, you have a very beautiful potential naked left head, and then what? The right shoulder here, right here. Okay. So we have this left head and right shoulder. So what do you expect is that price will have to retest at the neckline of the head and shoulder. That was the confluence number one. But number two, we have seen that there are at the neckline of the head and shoulder from the 4 hours time frame also was 79% retracement of the fib level. So you see how things are getting in alignment now. This is the good alignment. It's a very good alignment. So you see, that's why we have had a very good sniper entry. Very good sniper entry at the neckline of the head and shoulder. And it was a good sniper. Yes. How about the risk to reward ratio? It was 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. And I risked here, it was almost 30 pips. I just risked 30 pips around here. Above, price broke under, retesting this entry, and then continue to go to the downside. Already TP1 has been hit, but we expect price will go further to this outside formation here from the daily time frame. Don't forget that I said daily time frame this market is bullish. Why? Because we have had a shift of structure and the formation of an outside formation. If you look at the line chart, it looks very clear and very clean. But so far up to this moment, the TP2 based on the fib level has already been reached, about 145 pips. So I'm still looking whether I could continue to hold it to 180 pips here up to the daily down outside formation, or I just close it here. I'll just make decision very soon after confirming the closure of this candle. I'm looking for this 4 hours candle closure, then I'll make decision on what to do after the price has already hit the TP2. So it is what it is, and this is Gatos FX.